Going on YouTube, it is Wake Run Collapse, and I said I was going to answer all your questions, and I have a lot of questions to go through. I think it's like 86 or something like that. It's a long list. So I've abbreviated all the questions and put them into a WordPad document, and we're going to go through it. A few things ahead of time. First of all, I'm not feeling terribly well, as you can probably tell from my voice. I've not felt great for the last couple of days, but we're gonna slog through it. If I've got to take a water break, just don't mind me. Secondly, natural lighting, reflecting horribly off of my glasses, but what do I care? I've got the windows open, and there's still a fair bit of snow on the ground and in the trees, maybe 3 or 4 inches on the ground still. So that's pretty cool. I'm up in Massachusetts, so we had a snowstorm on Wednesday, and then it rained on top of the snow, and then it snowed and iced on top of the rain, which was on top of the snow. So that was cool. And third, parental guidance moment. I swear a lot in my regular life, but when I'm shooting videos, I tend not to do so. But it just might come out. It's kind of my natural way of talking. I'll try to curtail it, I'll try to keep it from happening, but if it does, you were warned. Don't want to hurt any of your virgin ears. So, alright, I have a crap ton of questions. Let's get into them. I don't have the usernames on here anymore. I'm just the questions, and we're just going to buzz through. I'm going to try to keep this under like 25 minutes. If you could live in any Pokemon region, which would it be and why? I would live in Sinnoh, because it's really beautiful. I could see myself actually spending time outdoors, and I hate people, so I would like the amount of space that there is there. A lot of different weather, a lot of different geography. I think it'd be really cool. Are you ever going to do a Let's Play? Probably not. I don't like to ever say never, but probably not. I tend to leave it to the professionals. I briefly considered doing it for X and Y, but you need a capture card to do it really well, and I don't feel like making the investment. I'm not that into that kind of stuff. So, which 3 English ultra rare cards are your favorite, and what sets are they from? I don't know. I don't even know the English set names. A lot of the names I just don't know. And since I don't collect English cards, I couldn't tell you what my favorite ultra rare cards are from English, because I don't really know how they look. I haven't seen them live. How old are you? I'm 28. I'm an old fogey. That means I'll be turning 29 in August, so I'm 28 and a half, really, which is just crazy. Amongst the oldest people I know from the PokeTubing community. I know people who are older, but for the most part, you're all younger than I am. So, do I play, did I play, or was I always a collector? I sort of played the TCG, but horribly, and yeah, not really with any competition either. I certainly haven't played recently. I diddled around a little bit on the TCGO, but never really played competitively. I never built a competitive deck. So I've always primarily been a collector, and I don't even play the TCGO anymore anyway, so. What's your favorite Pokemon? I don't have one. I kind of like not having one. I've got, a group of probably 20 or 30 Pokemon that I really, really enjoy, but I don't have a favorite, and I think that's awesome. Why did you have these English level X cards? This is from the giveaway. I had made a large purchase of a bunch of Japanese level X's, and the English level X's were bundled in between. They kind of came as part of the lots. I bought them from Brookstore or something like that on eBay. Bought a bunch of different lots to get the Japanese cards I needed. Had some primes in there too, so the English level X cards came from that. What was your first card? My first card in Japanese was a Hail Blizzard Common Pikachu. So that was Black and White 3 in Japanese. First English card, no idea, no recollection. I've still got some English cards, but no recollection. Which Japanese set is your favorite? I would have to say my favorite set of the older sets, like from before 5th gen, would be the Furthest Ends of Offense and Defense. That was EX Dragon Frontiers in English. And my favorite newer set, ooh, it's a good question. Probably EX Battle Boost. The openings were really exciting. I love the artwork, so probably EX Battle Boost. How'd you first get started into Pokemon? In the 8th grade, which would have been like 98 or 99 for me. Yeah, because I'm really old. Friends of mine that I met from being in high school for the first year were playing Pokemon, and then I decided to make the investment so that we would have something to do, something to talk about. So we made the investment, and I bought a Game Boy Pocket. Yeah, I bought a Game Boy Pocket with Pokemon Red. I watched the anime. I don't watch the anime anymore, and ping pong back and forth with the games. But yeah, that's how I got into it. Is there a German TCG? Ex Talantica? Already answered that. There is. There's like 8 or 9, I think, different languages that the TCG is localized into, and I believe German's one of them. Do you collect anything besides Pokemon? Not really. I have collections of things like movies and Blu-rays, and I have collections of Final Fantasy games and things like that, but I don't really specifically collect anything else. What are you going to do for your next video? Well, tomorrow's video, spoiler alert, is going to be called The Steal of the Century, and that's all I'm telling you. Which Pokemon card has the best art? So my favorite Pokemon card is the Full Art EX Groudon from Japanese Hail Blizzard, Black and White 3. It's my favorite card. It'll probably always be my favorite card. It's just incredibly well done. Why don't you collect English sets? I don't, because it's too damn expensive. I really like the Japanese cards. I like the look of the cards and everything else about it. That's a later question. And collecting all the English sets, plus the reverses, getting them in decent condition would just be misery. And I already collect them in Japanese, so I don't feel the need to do it in English as well. Do you like pie? Hell yeah, I like pie. I like all different types of pie. I'll eat mincemeat pie with frickin' peanut butter and steak on top of it if you let me. Do you like Dunsparce and Swablu? Yeah, I do. I like most all Pokemon. Dunsparce has his little following, and Swablu is cool and evolves into Altaria, which I also really like. What's your favorite Pokemon game? The game I spent the most time with was Pokemon Silver. I logged like 360-something hours, 366 hours on that game. Completed the Pokedex too, I think, with a hacked Mew and probably a hacked Celebi, but I got them anyways. I don't know what my favorite game would have been. They're all nice in their own ways. Favorite full art, already answered, was Groudon. Preferred gaming console? I've always been a PlayStation guy. Not that I have any real hatred for Microsoft or Xbox, but I've always been a PlayStation guy. So, tons of time with the PlayStation, PS2. I didn't buy a PS3 for a couple of years, and then once I did, it was for Final Fantasy 13. And I've got a bunch of other games on it too, like Little Big Planet I play sometimes, Katamari Forever, Nier was really good. I've got some other games too, so. But nothing I've played in a while. With Lightning Returns coming out, we'll see if I end up buying it. Do you PSA grade any of your cards? I don't. I like the way that my cards look in sets as part of the collections that they came from, so I don't PSA grade. Plus, it's a lot of money too, so I'd want to PSA grade a ton of different cards if I did. And then I wouldn't have a great way to store them. What was your New Year's resolution? Didn't have one. How do you PM? If you go to the community page on your channel, then you can go to your inbox from there, and then you can compose messages. Or you can go to the channel page of another user and go to their About section. There's a little tab that says About there, and you can click on the little link that says Send Message. Do you like Rotom? Yes, I do. I think Rotom is cool because a lot of different forms. When did you start to like Pokemon? Again, I kind of answered that, but Xbox One or PS4? I don't have either. I don't have a Wii U either. So, sorry, water break. And yes, I drink out of a gallon. I drink a lot of water. Yeah, Xbox One or PS4, I don't have either. PS4 I might eventually buy, but I don't see any overriding reason to do so. Lightning Returns and Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD are both coming out for PS3, so I definitely don't have a must-have game on the horizon for PS4. Might not buy one at all, who knows. How many cards do you have? A shitload. I've got over 5,000 unique cards and probably between 5,000 and 8,000 duplicates. So I would say it's a safe bet to say over 10,000. Somewhere between 10 and 15,000 cards total. Do you like trains? I do like trains. I'm not a huge train fan, but we like to ride the commuter rail into Boston whenever we go into town. I hate the city. I hate going there, but I do like taking the commuter rail because it's fun. But I also really love driving. I don't know why, but I love driving. If I know where I'm going, I can drive all day. I drove from Virginia to back home in one day once, and we stopped for dinner in town, basically. What made you start doing YouTube? I started doing YouTube October of 2012. I won a contest from a user named PokeEternity, and he requested that I make a video of it if it wouldn't bother me too much. I made the video of it, and now I have something like 330 or 340 total videos, so just kind of rolled on from there. How long have you been collecting Pokemon cards for? Started collecting May of 2012 in Japanese. Sort of collected English a long time ago. Couple of base set packs, a couple of jungle, some fossil, and then I think that was it. What Kalos starter is your favorite? Chespin's my favorite. Started with him in the game, too. What was the first set you ever opened? That would be base set, but the first Japanese set I ever opened was, shit, that was a good question. The first box I ever opened was Hail Blizzard. But I don't know what the first set was, because it came in Japanese, the Virizion promo pack, so it might have been Red Collection. It might have been my first pack. Do you collect Japanese because they come out before English and have better artwork? Yes and yes. I just prefer the look of the Japanese cards anyways. I really like the quality, and I like that it comes earlier, of course. But I also like the way that it looks. I know that sounds kind of strange, but I like the layout of the cards. I like the Japanese text. It looks nice. It makes it, I don't know. It gives them a better look and a better flair in my eyes. What's your favorite legendary? I don't know. Probably should have written that one down. Probably Shaman. I really like Shaman. Shaman is adorable. Great design. I like a few other ones too, but we'll get into those answers. What do you do for a living? I don't know. I've probably been coy about this, but I can go ahead and tell you anyways. You can find my name on Facebook. If you ever do a trade with me, you can find my name on Facebook and find this information, so it's not really secret. I work for Hannaford Supermarkets. I'm the assistant manager of customer service in my store, which is front-end manager, and I have a single boss, who is Jen, and she is the greatest. I hope she never leaves, but I know she will. She'll go on to do other better things. So assistant manager customer service means front end, the service desk, the cash office, like the money room, the safe. I write the schedule most weeks, and I have like 60 or so people that work in the department, so between Jen and I, we kind of run the thing. It's a good gig. It's hard work, but it's also honest work, and it keeps me busy. It's way better than sitting behind a desk for 40 hours a week. So, what is your favorite X and Y Pokemon? Also, should have written that one down, because I'm not really sure. I really like Xerneas. Xerneas is great, but there's a lot of different ones to pick from as well. Is it Aurorus or Amara? That's the evolved version. I don't remember. Tyrunt and Tyrantrum are really good too. Chestnut and the Chestnut line is nice. Talonflame is cool. There's a bunch of cool Pokemon. Don't really have a favorite from that either. Do you think that Absol is an underrated Pokemon and has more potential in the games? Sure I do. I'm not great at the games. I'm not a competitive battler, but Absol's pretty good, right? Pretty fast, hits pretty hard. Yeah, Absol's pretty good. I think it has kind of weak defense, but I don't really know. Would you like to visit the Netherlands? I'd always be up to visit the Netherlands. I've never been to the Netherlands, so I'm certainly not going to say no. Sounds like a fun place to be. What got you into Japanese collecting rather than English? Mr. 55771 got me into Japanese collecting. His videos really got me interested in it. And he's not around anymore, but his videos are awesome, so check him out if you want. What's your favorite card in the Japanese VS series? I did remember to write this down. Lance's Gyarados, Karen's Umbreon are probably my two favorite cards in the series. Both really great. Karen's Umbreon obviously being really expensive, but I love the art on both cards. What card looks the best in Japanese and the worst in English? I'm not really sure, because I haven't seen most cards in English, so I can categorically say all of them, except for the English Catcher, which looks really good with the yellow border. Have you finished all the EX era sets in Japanese? I haven't. I'm certainly working on it. I'm going to get there. One of these days I'll get there. Going to hit up SEC in a while, see if I can get some commons, uncommons, and different stuff from him out of his extras from his amazing purchase. This one makes me laugh. A rooster laid an egg on top of a barn roof. Which way did it roll? Oh, your sneaky barn roof's a flat, sucker! Ah! Right? Barn roof's a flat? I think. I laughed when I read this, and I'm thinking that a barn has a flat roof, but, well, if it doesn't, I guess we'll find out. Did you make your YouTube picture and banner? I didn't. Entei Collection made them for me, and he's awesome. Really, really talented. Do you have a girlfriend? I do, and she doesn't hate the fact that I like Pokemon, and she doesn't hate the fact that I do this. We've been going out for a long time. Really love her. Almost 7 years, actually. It's kind of crazy. But she's tolerant of the fact that I am a sociopath, and that kind of works out for me. How many level X and EX cards do you have? All told, I don't have a real count for it, but it's probably somewhere around 150. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that I have, between sets and duplicates, around 50 level X cards and at least 100 EX cards. Were you afraid of the dark as a kid? What makes you think that I'm not afraid of the dark now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not afraid of the dark. I probably was because I was afraid of everything when I was young. You know, fear of the unknown, overactive imagination, etc., etc. Question from A Splash of J. Am I a cool kid? A Splash of J, you are the coolest kid. We don't even hold a candle. How big is your collection? My collection's around 95% complete if you're looking at just non-reverse Japanese sets. So I've got like a little less than 300 cards to go. So the throat's bothering me, as you can't tell. Which is your favorite legendary bird? That's Articuno. What if I subbed to you already? This is on the giveaway video. Thanks, but you never have to sub for my giveaways. Just like to reiterate that. This one makes me laugh. Please tell me, are you a boy or a girl? I'm a boy. I would like to be a girl. That would be fun, but I'm a boy. Do you like cookies? Yes, absolutely. I love chewy cookies too. It's nice to get an Oreo and dump it in water, but I don't really love crunchy cookies. I like the ones that I could eat if I didn't have teeth, which is probably going to happen because I'm pretty old. Will you ever open the Call of Legends series? I think it was written as Clash of Legends, but he mentioned something about Darkrai and Cresselia, so I'm assuming he meant Call of Legends. Call of Legends didn't actually have a set in Japanese. Well, not really. They took a lot of different cards from Japanese promos, and also the Japanese Lost Link set, which was a mini set kind of like Dragon Selection or Shiny Collection, had 40 cards in it. So they took a lot of art from that and different ones. They took the Shinies from Japanese promos, and I think they may have made a few cards too. Are you fat? I'm not really. I mean, I'm 5'11", I weigh about like 165 pounds. I've got a belly I'd like to get rid of a little bit, but I don't consider myself like a fat guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you have to ask, I'm probably not. If you had to marry either Britney Spears or Barack Obama, who would you choose? Obama is the man, and he's pretty handsome, but I'm going to have to give a nod to my girl Britney, because Britney Spears was amazing in my day, and probably the hottest thing since sliced bread at the time. And her music videos are really awesome too. I'm probably gonna go watch some Britney after this video is over now. Do you use top loaders for your cards? When I mail them, yes. When I keep them in my collection, no. Which PokeTuber are you the best of friends with and why? I'm not really. I've got a lot of PokeTubers who I would consider friends, and people that I talk to. And there's a similar question later on, I think. But if there's, you know what, even if there is, I'll just answer it now. I talk to Jordan Japan a lot. Star Card Collector, Plasma Rotom, Entei Collection, tons and tons of people. I'm missing like a ton of people's names here. But I don't want to name a ton of people and then miss a couple and piss them off. I talk to a lot of people, but I try to keep my life separate from my PokeTubing career, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't Skype, I don't text anybody, I don't talk to any PokeTubers on the phone, and I kind of like it that way. I've got enough going on with my life, with the things that I've got to take care of, so having a little bit of separation and not receiving calls or texts or questions on my phone while I'm at work or while I'm busy with other stuff is really important to me. Which is your favorite legendary dog? I love Blue again, so probably Suicune, although I like all three of them. Oddly specific question. How many Mew and Slowking cards do you have? I had a look on Bulbapedia, and I believe I have 9 different Mew cards and 12 different Slowking cards in my collection. One of the Mews is English, if that matters. What's your favorite base set card? I'll have to go with Charizard. I'm not the biggest Charizard fan. I think he's kind of overblown a little bit. But I still like Charizard, and that card is pretty legendary, so gotta go with Charizard. Do you like vegetables or fruit better? I like them both, but probably fruit because it's easier for me to eat fruit on the go. It's easy for me to take an orange or a pear and put it in my pocket and have it ready to go. I can't exactly bust out no zucchini and have it be socially acceptable for me to start gnawing on it. But I do like vegetables. I love broccoli. Oh, I love broccoli. And some different other vegetables too that I like. It's harder to get. How many Pokemon games do you have? I think I counted 14 and listed them here. I've got Red, Silver, Sapphire, Leaf Green, Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, Black. I have White 2, which is still sealed. X, Y, which is still sealed. Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2, because the Eevee game is the greatest. It's so good. I could still play it now if I had a working N64. And Pokemon Pinball. So yeah, 14. If Pokemon were real, what would your party of 6 non-legendary Pokemon be? That's a pimpin' question. I decided on this. I went with Lapras and Altaria for comfortably getting around, surfing, flying, etc. Aggron in case shit goes down. I'd want to, have a nice steel wall for myself. Arcanine for cooking food, Gengar to troll people, and Castform for my own amusement as the weather changes. I would not make for a very good trainer, and that's just too bad. What was your SAT score? Okay, back when I took the SATs, there was no writing section. It was, they did a writing section, but it didn't count for your SAT score. It was mainly a sample. So instead of SATs being out of, I think, 2,400 points they are now, I had an SAT where the max score was 1,600. And I got a 1370. I took it once. I didn't take it again. I got 630 in verbal and a 740 in math. I was actually kind of disappointed with my math score. I was hoping to do a little better. But I didn't see the need to take it again because I couldn't afford any of the colleges that an SAT score higher than that would be able to allow me to get into. So I didn't see a need to take it again. Maybe I'll take it again a long time from now, but who knows. Which came first, the Pokemon or the Pokeball? The Pokemon came first. They were probably roaming free for a while before we started capturing them. What's your favorite food? I love fried haddock. Fried haddock is awesome. I love all kinds of pizza. Burgers, although I have a wonky front tooth crown, so I don't really eat sandwiches anymore. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or watch soccer? I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never watched it. I don't know anything about it. Something about believing in the power of the cards or something. I don't watch soccer, but if my cousin Elise from the UK is watching, go Arsenal, right? Something like that. We had a conversation last summer about it, and she wanted me to watch Arsenal and be a fan of them, so I guess I am. How many gold stars do you have? There's 23 in Japanese sets, and I've got 19 of them. 3 of them are on the way right now, in shipment from a couple hours away, really. So I'll probably get them tomorrow in the mail. So I've only got 4 more to go. I'm missing Mew, Regice, Regirock, and Jolteon. So, not bad. You can tell which ones I've already got. What's your favorite non-Pokemon cartoon? If you're going to call a cartoon and include Pokemon in it, I guess I'd say Digimon. Although I haven't watched it in a long time, and I only watched the first 2 seasons, and it's cheesy as fuck. So, but if you're including anime too, really liked Evangelion, Steins Gate, Madoka, Anohana, bunch of stuff. Sword Art Online. For all their flaws, they're all good. If the Charizard line did not exist in Red and Blue, would you choose Squirtle or Bulbasaur? Probably pick Squirtle. Yeah, probably pick Squirtle. What's your favorite Shining Pokemon? Favorite Shining from Neo 3 and Neo 4, if we're limited to that, is the Tyranitar. My favorite one that I've got right now. The Mewtwo is my favorite card, but my favorite artwork is the Tyranitar. The Mewtwo has sentimental value because I pulled it out of a pack. If you're talking about like the New Age shinies, I'm not really sure. Maybe Reuniclus? That one's awesome. Yeah, maybe Reuniclus. If you were a Pokemon, which Pokemon would you be? If I could choose, probably something badass like Registeel or Groudon. But if I couldn't, I'd probably be something weak. I'd be like a Palpitoad with an Everstone or something like that. Or I'd just be a sucky Pokemon. I'm not an alpha male by any stretch of the imagination. So, yeah, that'd probably be it. Probably pick something awesome, but if I couldn't pick. This is a really cool question, too. If you wake up in the Pokemon world and are greeted by all the professors who give you a choice of 3 Pokemon, which Pokemon do you choose? I'm assuming that I'm meant to pick a team out of the different selections of starters. So I decided to go with Charmander, Cyndaquil, Mudkip, Turtwig, Oshawott, and Chespin, 2 of each original type. I think it'd be fun. I really like those ones anyways. If 2 Dittos can't make another Ditto, then how are Dittos made? I would assume that they're made in a Silly Putty factory, and then they're animated by crazy witch people. This is my favorite freaking question. If you had to choose, alright, if you had to choose between being a Magikarp for 40 years and then evolve into the most powerful Gyarados, or be a bazillionaire but couldn't spend any of it until you trained a Magikarp with his only move being Splash to level 100 and not evolve it, keeping it as a Magikarp, what would you choose? I would probably choose to be a bazillionaire, but not be able to spend any of it until I trained my splashing Magikarp to level 100 without evolving it. I think being a Magikarp for 40 years would drive me insane, and I don't mind plugging away training a Magikarp and splash to level 100. That's the kind of thing that an OCD kind of person like me would be able to handle. So I'd probably pick the second one. Will you ever get tired of Pokemon and give up on your videos? Hate to be the sad one, but someday I will. I almost did it once already. So someday I will not really grow out of it, but I'll move on to something else. I'll do something else with my life. I'll have a different focus, something like that. So, yeah, probably will. Will you open more X and Y cards? Absolutely. I have more X and Y pre-ordered, actually, technically. In the Charizard Mega Battle Packs, the special packs. I think they each have 2 packs of X, Y, and Wild Blaze, and I bought case, so 12 packs of those. So I'll be getting at least 24 more packs of X and 24 more packs of Y to open on my channel. Woot! Why is your channel so good? Because I'm the man? No, really, because I learned from a lot of people. I got a lot of good advice. They led by example, and I learned what worked. I don't really think that my channel's that good anyways. I think a lot of PokeTubers are doing better stuff, and they're popular for a reason. What's your favorite level X card? I wrote down 4 because I couldn't decide. Dialga, Rayquaza, Gallade, and Snorlax are probably my 4 favorites. What's your favorite Pokemon generation? I don't know. Favorite generation? My favorite listing of Pokemon is the first one. I'm not really a Gen 1er or nothing like that, but probably my favorite generation is the first one for the Pokemon and probably the 4th one for the setting of the games. How many languages do you speak? I would say 1 1/4. Je parle un peu français, but I haven't spoken a lot of French since high school, so I don't remember all that much. I can hold a bit of a conversation in French, but I can never speak French to someone. Like if somebody sent me a PM in French, I'd have to look some stuff up. Would you rather have a Magikarp or a Metapod on your team? Metapod. Metapod only takes 3 levels, and then it evolves into a beautiful butterfly, and who knows about that Magikarp. So, what's your top 3 PokeTuber list? My 3 favorite PokeTubers? That's tough. I think I'm going to actually answer it, too. Based on the PokeTubers that I watch the most videos from. Jordan Japan. Star Card Collector. Definitely the 2. How to decide on a 3rd? Shit, I don't know. Probably the Cat's Meow. Just because of her giant openings and all the stuff she's done. I don't watch her as much anymore, but yeah. What's your favorite animal? Giraffes! No, I love all animals. Animals are the greatest. Even when you're out walking in the woods and you see this giant friggin' snake, it's still pretty cool. As long as you don't get eaten or bitten or anything, then you're fine. And last question, are you Asian? No, I'm not Asian. No, I'm not Asian. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if you sat through this, because this video is probably really long and boring, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with an actual video tomorrow. Bye.